This is a turning point for the Toronto Blue Jays, and all year we have been waiting for this team to turn a corner. And today, against a very good San Diego Padres team, the Jays did just that as they absolutely exploded offensively. We're going to break down exactly what happened, discuss what it means going forward as multiple players, not just one, shined in this game. A ton to go over today, folks. The Jays were absolute beasts today. But before we get into it, quick reminder, hit that subscribe button. If you're a part of the percentage who aren't subscribed to the channel, this is the place to be for daily Jays content. Your guys' support has been unbelievable, and thank you guys for it. If you're part of that 71%, make sure to hit that button. Ladies and gentlemen, what a crazy game. The Jays are now back to 500, but most importantly, they have a chance to go above 500 in tomorrow afternoon's game. But ladies and gentlemen, this team just sent not only a message, but regardless of that, this is a turning point game for the Toronto Blue Jays. And heading into this series, the Jays lost their last two, one against the Rays, of course, and you're thinking, hey, this team needs to turn a corner at some point. And they did just that today in crazy fashion. We spoke about Anthony Santander, earlier, yesterday, earlier today, all these different things, right? Yesterday, we spoke about Santander struggles. He started to be better. Today, this team puts up a huge amount of runs here. I mean, it was just an incredible game, and quite frankly, a game that I am very excited about because of what it means going forward. It says 13 runs. They actually scored 14. They scored 14 runs and 13 RBIs tonight. And let's go through one by one here because it was a fantastic game. Now, let's start with Bichette. He has finally started to turn a corner. His power's coming around, all these different things. He went 2 for 5. His OPS now is creeping up towards 800. He is, he's back. I'm going to call him back. And I think a lot of these Jays are slowly but surely coming back. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. went 1 for 5. He's been struggling a little bit, but we're focusing on the positives today. And guess what one of those positives is? Dalton Varsho out of the 3-hole. And we know John Schneider has utmost confidence in Dalton Varsho. He hits a grand slam, increasing his OPS well over 800. But this team's power has suddenly taken just a huge, outburst. And obviously, they only had 2 home runs tonight, but they're among the leaders in the MLB with home runs hit in the month of May. But at this point, we saw it in yesterday's game. They won because of 2 home runs. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. solo shot, Anthony Santander 2-run homer. That's what won them the game. Today, I mean, they won for a multitude of reasons, but one of those reasons being an absolute, blast by Dalton Varsho, but also just everybody else who is going to be able to continue to play with power. And that's the biggest thing right now is their power. Could their power come around? We know they're going to get singles. We know they're going to get doubles, all these different things. But is their power going to be able to be something that is sustained and something that is actually capable, of happening, essentially? And guess what? It absolutely was. And I'm hoping now, if this Jays team can continue to get hits the way that they've been getting hits, you're going to be able to win ball games. Let's move down. George Springer went 2 for 4 today. He's been fantastic. And he was off to a little bit of a slow, not start necessarily, really hot start of the season, but a bit of a slow stretch over the past few games. He comes out, he has a 2 for 4 game, helps continue to improve. Santander went 1 for 3, including a hit, I think it was a home run in 8 out of 30 stadiums, ultimately ended up being a single. He ultimately left the game. We're going to dive into that later on in the video. But everybody from top to bottom. And Nathan Lucas, I'm just extremely excited about this game because it's more so about, how these players are starting to come together now. They have fought back and clawed their way back to 500. We're approaching the end of May here now. We are approaching the end of May. We know the 2 hardest months were April and September, but May was absolutely brutal as well. And we said, if you can kind of maintain the 500 mark, the 500 ranking, you'll be in very, very good shape heading into what's going to be, the next few weeks of baseball. And of course, as we look at the postseason, but it all starts with the bottom of the lineup. Barger, Clement, and Lucas combined for 5 hits and, 6 hits, and 5 RBIs. Nathan Lucas got the game started with a 2-run home run. He's been really good. Ernie Clement has been one of the hottest hitters in the MLB as of late. Addison Barger, with the injury to Andres Jimenez, they are continuing to give him more and more reps. Every single day, he's getting rep after rep, and what that allows him to do is finally start to get comfortable in the major leagues, and that includes a flyout that would have been a home run in a ton of ballparks as well. They are crushing the ball. They've been getting a little bit unlucky earlier on in the season, and it all came together in today's game, and it's just, you love to see it. And a quick note, Class A replaced Santander as a pinch hitter with the Jays leading 5-0, and of course, we saw, a pitcher come in, I guess, for the Padres who was a position player, which is Tyler Wade, I believe it was, which is, good, I guess, for the Toronto Blue Jays, but some of the hits were inflated by that, but not that many. Like, their offense, don't be fooled by it. They were absolutely electric. They looked very, very good out there on the field from the hitting side of things, and they just look a lot more comfortable. And whether that's Berger, whether that's Lucas, they look fantastic. And speaking of looking fantastic, of course, you see here Tyler Wade he pitched for the Padres. Looking at what the Jays did to the pitching staff of this, of course, the Padres pitching staff just absolutely dominant, including by Jacob there. He gave up 5 runs, and that's what this team is capable of doing. But also, what this team is capable of doing is putting up a fantastic pitching performance, and we saw this here. Kevin Gausman, he went 7 innings. He didn't give up a run, and his swing and miss output has taken a big step forward this month, including 16 whiffs in 3 of his 4 starts in May. 16 whiffs on the 3rd, the 9th, 11 whiffs, 16 on the 15th, and then today, 19 whiffs. We saw now in back-to-back games between Chris Bassitt and Kevin Gausman, we have seen elite starts against a very good Padres offense. Now, are the Padres as good as, their 14-3 start to start the year? No, because they were, of course, the Padres had a bit of a Mickey Mouse schedule to start the year, but they have Tatis, they have Manny Machado, they have all these different guys, and it's at the point now where not only are you in a very interesting spot, surrounding, the schedule now, you're in a very favorable one going forward. And you have to give all the credit in the world to Kevin Gausman and Jose Urena. And to be able to have a game like this where you go 7 innings and you let Jose Urena take the 8th, all these different things, and to give your team just a ton of rest, specifically the bullpen, it is the best possible case scenario for the Jays in this game. You have a chance to sweep tomorrow, and we know the curse of getting to 500 is plentiful. That curse is absolutely brutal. And if the Jays can get over that hump by some miracle tomorrow by winning the game, they'll be in a very, very, favorable spot at the end of the day. And at a point where you're kind of hoping that, I'm not going to jinx it beforehand. I'm not going to jinx it. I'm just going to hope the Jays can take care of business tomorrow. But, what we saw today from the offense, huge shout out to Varsho for the grand slam. If you can continue to put up numbers like that offensively, you'll be in a great spot. Addison Barger, Ernie Clement, Nathan Lucas, specifically those 2 guys are going to be, huge going forward for this team. And if the bottom half of the lineup can continue to hit like the way they did hit, you'll be in a very, very, good spot. And that's the biggest thing here. We know the top guys are going to get it going eventually. And Santander was starting to get it going, which very unfortunate that he got hurt. But man, I'm fired up. And this is an absolute turning point for the Toronto Blue Jays. There's no doubt about it. Their pitching staff, they dominated the Padres pitching staff today. They dominated the Padres pitching staff yesterday. We're seeing, even Jonathan Clase came in. We're seeing Kevin Gausman. Now, Chris Bassitt in yesterday's game, like I mentioned, if this team can do it this continuously, they'll be in a good spot. And the biggest question mark, again, will Vladdy get his power back? Will some of these guys start to hit for more power? It's slowly but surely starting to happen. And if that can be combined with, we made the joke about the Jays leading the league in singles, all these different things. If you combine those 2, this team suddenly becomes very scary. But let me know down below what your thoughts are. It was a crazy, crazy game today. Too many offensive things to even think of. A lot of errors on the Padres side as well, which led to a huge inning. 2 errors in a row by Manny Machado, which, it very rarely happens. So we'll take our blessings. Hopefully the Jays can come back tomorrow with a big win. Let us know down below what your thoughts are. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.